Ah, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody, each and every one. Happy post-Thanksgiving. I'm Bill the Geek, and this is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel broadcasting live from Morelia, Mexico. We do this every Saturday. If you're new, welcome. Ask any questions, make any comments. We're a big family here, and we're growing all the time. Woo! We get together and we have fun talking about the joys of living in Mexico, trying to get set up. Had a little technical thing going on. Let's move the mic around a bit. Oh, yeah. We got Holly. We got Holly in the background. And today, what's going on over here? Oh, and today we have the Ohio State Buckeyes playing the team up north. My other camera just went out. Okay, so we're having a little technical difficulty here. Okay, I got to take care of something. Hold on. Okay, let's see what happens now. Okay, so we got two cameras now. Woo, I still gotta take care of one more little thing. Okay. I think we're ready to rumble now. I don't know what happened, but anyway, I'm here. We're here. Let's see what's going on. We got people ready to rock and roll this morning. Woohoo! Okay. We got who's in the house. Let's see who's in the house. We got Crapo, Dr. John in the house. He was like my first subscriber. First of all, it used to be we'd go live on Saturdays and it would just be me and Dr. John in the house talking to each other. Hey, Dr. John, what's happening? Oh, Bill, I'm okay. It was just me and him for 3 months going back and forth, leaving messages, back and forth. But great to see you, Dr. John. We got Tanya in the house. She said she's getting ready to move to Mexico and be with her people again. Got Doc in the house. It's cold in Atlanta. It's nice down here. When I got up around 6 o'clock this morning, it was 47 degrees. It's going to go up to 77 today. Great to see you here, Doc. We got Rockport Conch in the house. You're very welcome. We put up a video this week, Thanksgiving video, thanking all of you guys for being a part of our family. And we got Doc starting out early. We're only like 4 minutes into the broadcast, supporting the channel. Thank you so much, Tanya. Let's get this party started. And if you can see in the background, you can see that Holly got her can of Modelo. I went to 7-Eleven. I got a 12-pack of Modelo. And for the game that starts at 11 a.m. Eastern time, put it in the fridge, got up in the morning, and Holly had drank 11 out of the 12 pack. She only got one left. She wouldn't even give me not even one. She's been partying all night, just drinking my Modelo, snorting up that fentanyl. Ooh, I'm gonna have to throw her out. We got Michelle in the house. Me and Michelle had a great breakfast yesterday, and we talked about the joys of living in Mexico. I'm going to tell you about that. Then we got Mary Jane in the house. Everybody wants to get it on. They want to get groove, and Black Friday is over. People are sick of their families. They want to be with the real family here. Right on. Jamie in the house. Ola, Jamie, Charles Williams in the house. Great to have you here, Char, again. And look who's here. None other than that girl. She was my neighbor in Mazatlan for like 2 years. She moved away. We used to go to Walmart like once or twice a month together. Great to see you in the house. I was thinking about you the other day. I was thinking it's time for us to have a conversation. And Mary Jane contributing to the channel. Thank you so much, girl, for contributing to the channel so I can pay my rent. I just paid my electric bill yesterday. My electric bill for 2 months was 920 pesos, which comes about $22 a month. I'm good with that. Typo must have chat soon. Yes, we got to talk, girl. Let's talk. Crappo, Dr. John contributing to the channel. Thanks so much, Doc. Hey, Jamie. I've had enough of snow in my life. No more. Be warm and safe. Get out of the snow. And we got Ray Garcia. Saludos from El Paso, Texas. Welcome. And let's see who I missed. I think I missed something up here. Maybe I didn't. But just in case I did miss it, I want to say thank you, Tanya, for and all you guys for just being here, for leaving a chat. But thank you very much for contributing to the channel. And we got David in the house. And I know his wife, Maria, is somewhere around close. She can hear me too. Happy Thanksgiving late. I'm working on making that change soon. Nancy Trevino in the house. Ola, Nancy, you cute thing, you. Woo! Oh, good mood. Wearing pants today. Yeah. Cheers, Holly. Yeah, cheers. I gotta start putting Holly in a cage at night. She's just getting to be a bit too much. She thinks, so she speaks, is in the house. She's in Charlotte. Sometimes she's in Merida. Sometimes she's in Charlotte. Great to have you here. And we have Helen. Hello, all from Wilmington. Ha, 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 ha. That's funny, girl. Get out of there. Get out of Wilmington. Come on down here with me and Holly. I'll get Holly to hook you up with some fentanyl. We have a big party. We get wild, girl. Come on down. There you go. Wayne. We got Wayne in the house in the Windy City. Wayne, you're always welcome. Love to see you here. And we got the one. We got the only. We got the, I'm going to click this button and show you the name that every time we do a broadcast, women from all over the world, they see his picture and they want his email address. They want his phone number. And it's the one, the only Brian, Pretty Boy Maiden. Look at him. Look at him looking all good. Good. Saying good morning to everyone. And I hope you didn't fall down too much this weekend, Brian. Great to see you here. Tooth Fairy is in the house. And I got to show you this picture. Like I was down here getting ready for the show this morning. I'm minding my own business. I'm not bothering me. I'm not bothering anybody. And all of a sudden I get this message. I get this message on my email. And what was it? It was a picture from Tooth Fairy. Tooth Fairy sent me this image and said, here's Here's the sun up image from my apartment. Let me turn the comment off so you can see that better. She says, this is the image from my apartment this morning. She sent that around 6:30 this morning. And she said, this is one of the joys of living in Mexico, seeing the sun come up over the mountains. And that's a view that I just couldn't have in Ohio. No, but Tooth Fairy, thank you so much for sending me that image. So let's keep on cranking here. Axel Foley in the house. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. You too. We got Gary in the house. Hola, mi amigo. For those of you that don't speak Spanish, that means howdy, friend. Okay. Marco in Chicago. Wake up to 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Woo, time to go. I say it's time to get on the move. Get on the move, get on the groove. Marco, we did 2 interviews or 3 interviews with Marco. He's a brilliant man. He's a Mexican American. His parents moved to the United States. He has an excellent weirdo, techo, freako, brilliant kind of job in Chicago. And his family is from Morelia. And he's getting ready to retire, move on back down here. Get on out, Marco. Come on down. And look who's here. Katrina the Maker. She got a new hairdo, don't you? We haven't seen you in weeks, girl. Buenos dias, mi familia. So happy to be here. You guys are funny. We got the buck stops here in the house. I saw on Millennial, President Scheinbaum visited Nuevo Leon, and all the people went local. They love her. And the funny thing is, her and Donald Trump got into it this week. Donald Trump was talking about the tariffs, and he's going to start putting a 25% tariff on all the stuff coming in from Mexico. And Claudia pretty much told him, bring it on, gringo, bring it on down here. You want to start a tariff order? And then Donald Trump backed down. Oh, sure. And hola, my Cuban hubby. Celebrating my 51st volunteering in Dallas. And girl, if that means oh, I clicked the wrong button. What am I doing here? If that means you're celebrating your 51st birthday, girl, you just a spring chicken, girl. 51 ain't nothing. I'd do anything to go back to the age of 51, girl. You got, and also, once I put up that Thanksgiving video, Lisa donated a couple of times after the Thanksgiving message. And Tooth Fairy, belated Thanksgiving to everyone. Brian Maiden, thanks again for contributing to the channel so much. Love you, brother. Okay, Carmen, you got my ear when you mentioned your upcoming video on guitar shops. Okay, Carmen, I put up a video, and the name of that city is Paracho. And I was there, about 10 days ago, and I split that video into 2 parts. Part 1 is about the city of Paracho. And I went into several guitar maker shops. This week, I'm going to put up part 2 of that video, and it's going to be all about the guitar making shops. I interviewed 2 of the owners. I went into one shop, and this guy, sometimes he makes acoustic guitars for Carlos Santana, and that video will go up towards the end of this week that's all about not the town of Paracho itself, but it's about guitar makers. Let's see what's going on over here. I'm getting messages. Got to close out of that. Okay, big time adventures. Let's get ready to rumble with Bill the Geek Mexico style. Big time adventures. Are you in Ajijic? Let me tell me that. Ken is here from Miami. Great to see you here, Ken. And Greta, hello, Greta. Are you a newbie? If you're new here, we do this every Saturday. We get together and we have fun talking about the joys of living in Mexico. Living in Mexico, Greta, is a super joy. When I was eating breakfast with my friend yesterday, she's moving here. Rosie helped her find a place here. She signed a 1-year agreement. And Rosie has helped many of our family find nice apartments. She helps people with immigration. But she asked me something like, well, how do you like living in Morelia? And I tell you what, people ask me that all the time. And I can't come up with a good answer. But nothing ever comes up bad in my mind. I can't think of anything bad about living in Morelia, getting out and just walking around, and the people are so friendly and the weather is so wonderful. No snow. It doesn't rain for like 10 months out of the year. And the people are so friendly. But anyway, Greta, welcome. And if you're new here, ask any questions. I'm here on Saturday mainly to answer questions, immigration, where to live, what's it like living there? You know, should single people move down here? That's what we do. That is what we do on Saturdays. Yeah. Head coach Ola Mamo, head coach Ola, to you. I'm going straight. Oh, girl. Brian, be careful, Brian. They after you. These girls are after you, man. Tooth Fairy, that's a nice view to wake up to. Yes, it is. And girl, my girl Lisa has contributed again. Thank you so much for helping me pay my utility bills. Got the gas bill coming up next. Greta, Bill, thank you. I'm just trying to have fun. Mary, see, there you go, Brian. Come on down here and see how long you can go without falling down. Tooth Fairy donating 50 Mexico pesos to the channel. Thank you, girl. Not new. Moving to Mexico soon and now able to finally get on a live. Yes, I need. Oh, Rosie's information. Mexico will soon be my dream. Let me do something here to get Rosie's information. Here's what you do. Okie dokie. Okay, let me show you where to find Rosie's contact information. Okay, I think we did that. Okay, now let's come over. Let's bring this up. Just go to billthegeek.org, not .com, billthegeek.org. Go up here and click on FAQs, and you'll see that beautiful picture of the beach in Mazatlan. Scroll down a bit, And then right at the top of the page, you'll see Morelia relocation help, meet Rosie, immigration, translation, housing, healthcare, and more. There's her phone number, her website, and her email address. There's how you can contact Rosie right there. Greta, I hope that helps. And I skipped somebody. We got Crazy Boy Radio in the house. Hola, Crazy Boy Radio. Of course, always great to see you. Cassie Davis, thank you. Yeah, please we're gonna put that girl in rehab. Cassie Davis, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Okay, now, Cassie, there are water shortages in areas of Mexico. How is the water situation in Morelia? Very good question. Just 1 week ago, we got a notice from the landlord, and they said that due to some construction downtown, and it's like something happened to the dam or something with the water, that the landlord said that they were cutting off the water in 30 colonias, and colonias is like neighborhoods. Every neighborhood in Mexico has a name. And our colonia was one of those 30 colonias or neighborhoods where they were shutting off the water for 7 days. Now, so this would be about the end of 7 days. I saw no effect on my water supply because everywhere you go in Mexico, they have these water. Dr. John, somebody, you guys know the names of these things, but every house you see in Mexico has a backup water thingy on the top of their house. So I could flush my toilet all week. I took showers all week. I could wash my dishes all week. It had like no effect. But generally, in Morelia, we haven't had any problems with water. But I remember in Guadalajara, sometimes I would be in Guadalajara, and the water company would say like, this is the funny thing about Mexico. In the United States, the electric company, they'll tell you most of the time, they might leave a notice on your door. Oh, your electric's going to be out from 2 to 4 today, or your water's going to be out for 12 hours tomorrow. No, in Mexico, they don't do that. They just, if they're doing construction and your water's going to be out for a week, they don't say diddly squat. You're just out of water. But generally speaking, for 20 years, I've had no problems. Greta, you are very welcome. Ruby Clemens in the house. He's my old neighbor from Mazatlantel. Your lovely wife, I said hello. And then we got Tooth Fairy. Thanks, my friend Brian. Still waiting for that dance after I make you some great vegan food. Oh boy, we all love vegan food. Don't we just love vegan food? Liston Henry in the house. Good morning, Bill. A little late, but Rosie and I are watching and listening to you this morning. Oh, Rosie is in the house with Liston Henry. Oh, Rosie boy, I've been throwing you some business, girl. Woo, I think in return, Rosie, I was thinking yesterday, I know I've thrown you a lot of business, girl. In exchange, I would like a tour of the city. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. Axel Foley. Holly needs to slow down with the drinking. I've been telling her that, but I told her, I said, girl, if you don't stop all that fentanyl and drinking and partying all night, I'm buying a cage for you. We're going to put you in a little cage. Bedtime adventures. What is your favorite city you have lived in Mexico so far? I'm going to say Morelia. I've been here 20 years. I've lived in Puerto Vallarta. I've lived in Guadalajara. I've lived in Ajijic. I've lived in Chapala. I lived in El Arenal, which is in between Tequila and Guadalajara. I lived in Mazatlan, and now I live in Morelia. And the reason I live in Morelia is that Morelia became my favorite city. I just came here, I visited, and I just got the feeling. Okay, now I got to scroll and check something. Oh, I'm scrolling to check something. Excuse me for the scroll here. Michelle, when I was having breakfast with Michelle yesterday, we both had something in common. And Michelle, she's from Haiti, moved to New York City, lived there for about 40 years. Then she moved to Florida. Now she's moving down here. She said over the last 8 years, she's visited many cities and pueblos in Mexico. And she said she came to Morelia and something just in her heart just said, this is the spot for me. And that's what happened to me. I came to visit Morelia. I had a list of places I was going to visit. And what happened? What did I do? I had a list of places I was going to visit, and I didn't visit anywhere. I just sat on the square. I walked around the square, walked around the downtown. I fell in love. Morelia is my favorite place. Nice and flat, no cobblestone streets. I really enjoyed Guanajuato a lot. But too many steps. Okay, whatever. Okay, the buck stops here. U.S. dollar to the American peso exchange increased 20.35 in 1 week chart. Most importantly, the peso is up 17.8% on the 1 year. It gets better and better over time. And yes, the buck stops here. The value of the peso compared to the dollar has gone down in like the last 3 months. I paid my rent this week. When I moved in here, it was about $465 a month. Now it's down to about $421 a month. That's like $40 less in my rent. That's good. That's good. Yes, it's very affordable time to move to Mexico. Bill, the posadas will be starting in just over 2 weeks. One of the most beautiful times of the year. And Marco, can you tell us what a posada is? Let me take a screenshot and I can look that up. Thank you so much. Brian, yes, the dance would love vegan food. No, I don't want no vegan food. I want spare ribs and collard greens and greasy mashed potatoes soaked in butter. And I want bacon. I want bacon and eggs. Yes. What else do I want? Yeah, I want cheeseburgers. Cheeseburger. Yeah. Okay, now, big time adventures. What did you think of Chapala and Ajijic? Chapala is there are two different places, of course, I'm sure you know that. Chapala is a sleepy little place, very affordable. They have everything right there in Chapala. I knew a woman, she was 85, had lived in Chapala for a long, long time, very wealthy Mexican woman, owned a home in my neighborhood. And I asked her, where's the best restaurant in Chapala? And she said, there is no best restaurant. And she was pretty much right about that. But Chapala is very affordable. It's right on the lake, though you can't. The lake is totally polluted. You should never eat any fish out of the lake. You should never swim in the lake. That is Chapala, but it's a pretty place and it's very affordable. And there aren't hardly any Americans or Canadians. I mean, it's not saturated with gringos. Now, Ajijic is, I mean, it's the gringo capital of Mexico. The prices have skyrocketed. Ajijic is just a little too small for me, and the prices have just gone off the roof. Ridiculous prices for rentals, buying properties. Though, if you want to go to restaurants and eat food, you can find all kinds of good food there. It's supposed to have one of the best climates in the world. So they say you're only like 20 minutes away from the Guadalajara International Airport. That's a plus. The air is nice and clean. Lots of expats. What I didn't really enjoy about Ajijic, though it's compact, many shops and restaurants, the Lake Chapala Society can give you all kinds of information for immigration and healthcare. A beautiful place. But the thing about let me say this. I used to live in a small town in Ohio called Mount Vernon, Ohio. About the same population as Ajijic. They had 2 bars in town. They had 2 bars in Mount Vernon, Ohio. This is like 30 years ago. And I had bought a house there for a while. So I went to one bar on a Saturday night, but there wasn't anything happening. So I go into that bar. I said, well, let's go see what's going on at the other bar. So I walk across the street going to the other bar, and all the people from the bar that I was in had gone to the other bar, and it was like the same people. I walked across, and it was the same people across the street in the bar, and that's kind of the way Ajijic is. I mean, you have a bunch of Americans, and so you go to the restaurant, and everybody. I was like, when I was in Ajijic, I was like the youngest person in Ajijic, So you see a lot of retired. So if you like elderly people and you want to see the same ones all the time, Ajijic might, and you want to pay a lot of money for property and for rent that really shouldn't happen like that. And no, but Ajijic's just way too small. Morelia is fabulous. I love Morelia. And it's mostly Mexicans in Morelia. I didn't move to Mexico to be around a bunch of Americans. I left America to move to Mexico and enjoy Mexico. So, but if you want to move to Mexico and like end up in Iowa, you can call Ajijic Little Des Moines. That's okay. So I'm going to shut up. Oh, Tooth Fairy. I've never had a water issue in Morelia, for that matter. I have never had any issues with water wherever I go in Mexico. Good point. Me either. Bill, are you going to make videos of the different colonias in Morelia? Good question. And I was asked that yesterday. I try to go to different cities and pueblos, which I have done in the last few months. And someone asked me yesterday, well, Bill, why don't you just make more videos about Morelia? Okay. So I can do that. I can do that. Thank you, Lisa. Axel Foley, how are the hills in Morelia compared to Guanajuato? I'm going to say, Axel Foley, there is no comparison. Morelia, for the most part, is pretty flat, though I live on a hill, which is kind of rare. And for those of you that don't know where I live, here is the neighborhood. I mean, I live, here we go, wrong image. I live on a hill in this neighborhood. You can see my apartment actually in this image, but I live at the very top of that housing area. So I got to walk down a hill and walk up a hill, which is kind of rare for Morelia. But most of Morelia is pretty flat, very flat, unlike Guanajuato. Okay, now here we go. Autumn Green. Hola, Autumn Green. Haven't seen you in a while. Great to have you in the house. Posadas start December 16th and end on Christmas Eve. Religious tradition followed by singing, processions, traditional food and beverage, and eating with the breaking and piñatas. Thank you very much, Marco. Brandy, I would like to visit Ajijic, but I wouldn't want to live there. And Ajijic is a great place to visit. And I compare Ajijic to this little place north of Puerto Vallarta. Oh, what is the name of that little pueblo? But there's this little pueblo. It's like 13 miles north of Puerto Vallarta. Population about 4,000 or 5,000 people. Big surfing town. Lots of bars and restaurants. But it's only like 5 blocks by 5 blocks. If you get there, you'll fall in love with the place. But you can walk around the whole place in like an hour. Fabulous place, but could you live there? Could I live there? No. And I feel the same way about Ajijic. With Morelia, I mean, you can explore Morelia for weeks and weeks and weeks, and there's so many places around it that within 30 minutes, an hour, hour and a half, there's so much going on in the middle of Mexico, which Ajijic is. But I would say for me, Ajijic gets it's a fabulous place, a great landing spot. But everybody is their own person, and you like what you like. Mary Jane, I'm really concerned that I won't have the solvency. Mary Jane, I'm going to say, I don't want to give out bad advice, but it seems like the way things are going in Mexico right now, you can come down, get the tourist visa. It lasts 180 days. You leave for 1 day and you come back the next day and stay another 6 months. I did that for 5 years. I don't see that going away. So that's what, and then you can just hope that Mexico changes the solvency situation. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but all you have to do is get on a bus, go to the border, walk across the border, come back and get another 180-day visa. And that's cool. You do that twice a year and you are good to go. That's just my opinion. Axel Foley, seeing that Morelia is mostly flat, is flooding a problem? They had flooding. People like Jamie in Canada. He used to say, "Oh, Bill, Bill, I heard that Morelia is flooding." I mean, I live up on a hill. It would have to be a biblical flood to affect my apartment. I mean, and then right at the bottom of my hill, there's a big community of houses and shops and all of that. That didn't flood. Now, there's another place where they have soccer fields, and I'd ride the bus by there. It's about 10 miles away from here. And they have like 20 soccer fields out in the middle of nowhere. That was all underwater. So it's like any city that you live in. Some parts of the city may get flooded, and other parts of the city are not affected. So when those soccer fields were flooded, I was not affected at all. David, hey, Bill, have shot any video of the inside of the cathedral downtown? Yes, I have. And I'll pull that up next week. I'll find the footage and get that ready for you, David, next week. Brandy, Ahiheek would have been a great place to live in the 50s. Yes. Yeah, before all the gentrification happened. Yes. The same with Puerto Vallarta. Puerto Vallarta would have been a great place in the 50s. Mary Jane, 3.5 years till retirement. And we got to get through the mess the United States is going through. Yep. Big time. Who had better beaches? Puerto Vallarta or Mazatlan? Which is safer? I'm going to say the beaches. I'm going to go with the beaches. They both have great beaches. I'm going to say Mazatlan has better access to beaches because they have the Malecon, which is right around 8 miles of a boardwalk. And you can go to the beach almost all the way up and down. And then Mazatlan has Stone Island. You can get in a little boat and you go across this little thing for like 10 minutes. And then you have these beautiful beaches. But then you have the beaches north of Puerto Vallarta. If you get 13 miles outside the city where hardly anybody goes, and it's just beautiful. I'm going to say I used to swim every day in Puerto Vallarta on the beach until a wave got me one time, sucked me underwater, twirled me up, spun me up and down and all around and threw me out onto the beach. And I haven't been in the ocean since. I don't play with the ocean. So both of them, I'm going to say, have pretty rough oceans, but beautiful. Greta, tell me the difference between Morelia and Merida. Thanks. Merida is in Yucatan. And it is hot and humid as hell. I think it's hot. It's more hot and humid than Mazatlan, I think. And I would say for more of the year, Merida is going to be hot and humid. Now, they do say that Merida is becoming the Black Atlanta of Mexico. Also, they did have a lot of electric outages last year in the summertime because they couldn't handle all of the air conditioning that was being consumed. They had water outages last summer, which wasn't going on here in Morelia. I'm not sure what the expat situation there is. Are there super lot of expats? That's all I know. I've never been there. And it's in the northern Yucatan, so it's really hot and humid. And that type of weather really doesn't appeal to me at all. Morelia's climate year-round is fabulous. Today, okay, so I woke up, it was 47 degrees. I had on 3 hoodies and I had 3-4 pairs of socks. Okay. Okay. But at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it's going to be 77 degrees with no humidities. I love that. Mary Jane, you're very welcome. Buck stops here. Okay. Acueducto in Morelia, Central, Cultura, Clavijero, Museo de Estado, a few places in Morelia. I heard the gardens around town are very pretty. Morelia is a fabulous place. Yes, a biblical flood. Big time adventures. It's hard to get permanent residency in Mexico. Is there a benefit over tourist visa? I've had a 1-year visa. I had 2-year visas. Now I have a permanent visa. I'm going to say the benefits. Okay. Let me back up just a second. There are things that you can get with a 1, 2, 3, 4 permanent visa. Little things you can get, like if you have because I'm over 60, I can have a senior citizens discount card. So I can get half price off like bus trips, movie theater, museums I go into, stuff like that. There are other little perks for having those visas. I do want to say something weird happened to me this week. I was getting on a bus. Going to this town, and I got the 50% discount for my bus ticket. And for the first time ever, the bus driver saw that I had gotten, instead of 200 pesos, I was only paying 100 pesos. And so he wanted to see my senior citizens discount card. I've been on hundreds of buses. The bus driver had never asked to see my senior citizen. I pulled it out, show it to him, and it was okay. But anyway, that's one of the perks of having one of those visas. But anyway, you can always come here for 6 months, leave, come right back. How many times can you renew? I know a guy from Great Britain who lives in Puerto Vallarta. He's been doing it for 20 years. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Autumn Green. Autumn Green, that is exactly what I was talking about. Sayulita is 13 miles north of Puerto Vallarta. I've done video on that. It's a fabulous little town, fabulous places to eat. They pick up different types of tourists than they do in Puerto Vallarta. It's a totally different climate, environment, living environment than Puerto Vallarta. Fabulous place. And we were talking about Ajijic. But if you go to Sayulita, I'm going to say after not too long, it's time to get out of there. It's beautiful. The beaches are fabulous. And San Pancho, which is like half a mile north of Sayulita, is fabulous also. But Ajijic is like those two communities. After a little while, I mean, I could probably live there. I could live in both those cities, but after a little while, I think it would get a little old. Autumn Green, thank you so much for helping me out. And look, La Dolce Vita Ciao a tutti. Nice to see you, Dolce Vita. She's in Italy. Last I talked to her, she was going to sell her house. She has a mansion in Italy. She lives next door to Mick Jagger. And she has like 18 bedrooms and limousine service and all that kind of stuff. She got her own private jet. And she's going to sell all that and move to Morelia. Woo, Bill, have you had an increase in people contact you about moving to Mexico since Trump got elected? Axel Foley, that is hilarious. The day after the election, which would be November the 6th, my subscriber rate tripled, and my visitation and views of videos tripled, and it's been like that ever since that after. And I've gotten emails and comments from many videos on many Americans, and some Americans were telling me before the election that they were, if Trump got elected, they were going to leave the country. And yes, thank God, Donald Trump, you're helping out my channel, because people want to get the F out of Dodge. Keith Hanna, Bill, house up for sale next month. We'll be heading down to Mexico ASAP. Any sightings of Granny? No. Apologies if you already covered this, but have you been to Huatuco? No, I haven't. And let me take a screenshot, and I will put that on the list. I'll look at where it is. Mary Jane, oh my God, Bill, I'm so glad you are still here. I guess the Occidental want you? Oh, okay. The ocean didn't. I'm glad you're saying. I guess the ocean didn't want you. Yeah, the ocean threw me out. I don't play with the ocean no more. Half of my associates got out of Merida because it was too hot and too many power outages. I visited Merida area in January 24. Yeah, no, man, no. With temperatures like that, I have no desire to even get close. Buck stop here. Yes, indeed, the gardens here are the most beautiful. Big time. Do you aspire to become a Mexican citizen one day? That's a very good question. Thus far, the only benefit of me becoming a Mexican citizen would be that I would have a Mexico passport. And there are many countries that I could go to more freely with a Mexican passport than a United States passport, like Cuba. I can just fly to Cuba, fly back, no restrictions. Other countries are like that. But other than that, I've got a permanent visa. I'm good with that. So plus I got to take the exam and all. So as of today, until somebody lays out some super benefit for me to getting a Mexican passport, I'm going to leave it alone. Are there any U.S. big box stores in Morelia? What is a big box store? I have no clue what that is. How much does a street taco cost down there? Oh man, a street taco. They're very inexpensive. I'm going to say like 25 cents, 50 cents, something like that. Something crazy. I wish I could get out sooner. Come on down sooner. Beautiful beaches and town, but no Malecon. Thank you, Ray Garcia. Okay, you guys. Now I did. Thank you for all of your questions. We have. What time is it? We have 66 people in the house. We have 28 likes. This is our after thing. Okay. Okay, let's go back over here. Okay, Axel. Oh, U.S. big box stores in Morelia. In Morelia, we have several Walmarts. We have a Costco. All that stuff is in Morelia. Morelia has a population of 1 million people. Morelia has an excellent environment. They have more than 10 universities in town. It's close to a lot of different places to visit. They have 9 pueblos mágicos. And somebody asked me earlier in the broadcast, what's the best city you've ever been to that you would want to live in Mexico? It's Morelia. Yeah, Axel Foley. We got all that here. Oh, I can see the Walmart sign. The Walmart sign is right over there. I can see it. Walmart. That's funny. Bill, I was in the INE office located in the plaza in Morelia, and the staff there treated me like a celebrity. They have only seen black Cubans. It's funny. And I was talking to Michelle at breakfast yesterday. I tell you, if you're black, Mexico treats black people great. And I mean, you go places and Mexicans don't care what the heck you are. They don't care about your skin tone, pretty much. I mean, they don't care. We were in a restaurant. They treated us great. If you're black, come down to Mexico. They don't know what you are. They don't know if you're Venezuelan. Most taxi drivers think I'm from Jamaica. Whatever. Some taxi drivers think I'm Cuban. Whatever. But if you're black, come on down to Mexico. You get rid of a lot of baggage. Yes. Woo! Had the best street tamales and bucerias for 30 pesos a piece. 30 pesos a piece. That's kind of expensive. And for those of you that don't know, bucerias is north of Puerto Vallarta, but it's before you get to San Pancho and Sayulita. Bill, that's a dang shame. The people have spoken. They're trying to get out of USA, but why are the Mexicans trying to come here to the USA in droves? I think it's kind of like Disneyland. I've only been to Disneyland in California. What's that, in Los Angeles? And Disneyland was cool. I went for free. Somebody paid my way. It was okay, but it wasn't all that. It wasn't all of that in a bag of chips. Disneyland was, the United States is a fantasy for many people. It's a fantasy. Okay. I remember my second wife was from Los Angeles, a rich neighborhood in Los Angeles. And so for 10 years, I was in California a lot. And for my job, it was my sales territory, California. So I'm in Cincinnati, going back and forth to California all the time. But I'm from Ohio. So for me, you're watching all these TV shows and movies shot in California, and living in Ohio, I thought that California was like perfect. everybody would look like a movie star. Everybody's thin and beautiful, and every neighborhood in California is fabulous. But then when I got to California, I saw the reality of California. It's nothing like all those TV shows that you see. It was not perfect. The people were not all beautiful. And I think that is the fantasy for many Mexicans. That's what I think. They don't understand. Oh, plus, what? Minimum wage in Mexico is $15 a day. $15 a day for a 10-hour work day. That's minimum wage right now in Mexico. So if you're in Mexico and you hear that you can work at Burger King and make $15 an hour, well, that sounds pretty good. Okay. I mean, instead of $15 a day, you can make $15 an hour. And I don't think people realize, okay, so you're going to move to California. Well, then you got to work like 120 hours a week to pay your rent. I don't know. So I think we got a truck going by out front. So I think that the United States is a fantasy. And, you know, I meet Mexicans all the time. And they say, oh, I just want to live in the United States. I want to live in the United States. I just think it's a fantasy. That's what I think. Because I sure as hell don't want to live there. Greta, Helen, probably to make money. Okay, so along that line, many, you know, I get in these taxis. I'm in 3 taxis a week, and I'm talking to the drivers, and many of the taxi drivers have lived either in Texas, California, Oregon, Washington, and many Mexicans go to the United States to get a good job, maybe live with some other people, save some money so that they can save that money and come back to Mexico. That is exactly it. It about making the money with the intentions of taking care of their families. Yep, Bill, selling my Italian Via and then another visit to Morelia next year. Not a permanent move, still traveling, headed to Indonesia for the winter. Thank you for that update. Tooth Fairy. All the office staff ran out with their camera and posed with me for a picture. That's funny. Tanya, I'd love to see the stats. I wonder if Mexicans truly are coming here in droves. I think many people are immigrating through the southern border from lots of places. Yes. Okay. Now, Tanya, to your point there, I was in Mazatlan. And I met this well-traveled Canadian lady on the beach in Mazatlan, and she had been to the border, the Mexico-United States border, where they had lines of people trying to get across the border. And she said that a lot of those people had blonde hair and blue eyes, and they were coming from Russia and the Ukraine and other places like that, that these were not people, these were not Mexican, but there were like hundreds of them trying to get across the border. Ms. Matthews, hola, Ms. Matthews, go Bucks. I hope your Thanksgiving was enjoyable. I did have a fabulous Thanksgiving. And let me just get with a few video clips. And by the way, about right now, the Ohio State Buckeyes are getting ready to kick off against the team from up north, the inferior team, and they're playing Ohio State. And that's why I have on my dad's Ohio State shirt. He was a big Buckeye fan, had 45-yard line tickets. We used to go from time to time. He was a big buck, and this is his Ohio State sweatshirt. He died 13 years ago, but I still have my dad's Ohio State sweatshirt. This is a big day for the Buckeyes. Go Bucks now. O-H-I-O. That's a tradition. When somebody says O-H, you say I-O. O-H. I-O-H. I-O. Then you go, O-H. Then you go, I-O. Ohio. Kimberly. Go Buckeyes. Thank you, girl. Yes. Go Bucks. Okay, folks, we have 63 people in the house, and we have 41 likes. People are also contributing to the channel. That is greatly appreciated. Now, I took a trip this week. Helen, okay. Helen's reading the newspaper. I read an article where the Mexican president, that's Claudia, was encouraging the people to go before Trump took office. Okay, not quite sure about that. Mostly the poor are coming. I don't think lawyers, accountants, doctors, or engineers are coming over the wall to live in the U.S. If they do, I believe is to make money and return to Mexico. And Axel Foley, I think you're totally correct. It's laborers, people who are going to do jobs that a lot of Americans don't want to do, like go Bucks. Yes. Yeah. Axel Foley, I think you were totally right. Tooth Fairy, you are correct, Tanya. The people are coming from Venezuela, the Caribbean, Africa, Russia, and the Ukraine. There you go. Only here, Saturdays, when we go live. Now, I did take a trip this week. I went to a place called Uruapan. And it was a 2-hour bus ride from here, from Morelia, a direct bus. And I do even have some clips. And I think, as I shared with you last week, in the state of Michoacan, one bus line that services all of Michoacan is the Purépechas bus line. And so I took their bus. It was a 2-hour direct bus ride. And I don't know if I'm going to get very in-depth in here, but here's a map. You can see Morelia in the upper right-hand corner. And there is Uruapan at the bottom of the map. That's a 2-hour direct bus ride. It was a very surprising trip. I may hold off on sharing my video clips until next week. I was very surprised. I'm going to put up this video about Uruapan probably Sunday or Monday. No, not Sunday. Probably Monday of this week. It was a very surprising trip. It was a beautiful place. Population about 300,000 people. A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. I was very surprised. They have a wonderful national forest. It was fabulous. It was a very fabulous trip. Let's see what else is going on here. So let's just get down to it and show you some of these clips. Oh, now let me say this. I was on the bus, and I got on the bus at like 8:20 in the morning, and they didn't have the heat. Thank God I was overdressed. I had on 3 hoodies, 3 pairs of socks, and he didn't turn the heat on. That has never happened. But I'm telling you, whenever you take a bus in Mexico, always be overdressed. I don't care if you're in Mazatlan or Puerto Vallarta in August. Always, when you get on the bus, pretend that you're going camping in like Switzerland in the wintertime, because it was really chilly. I'm telling you, man. So I get off the bus, and here is the main square in Uruapan. It was beautiful. And they have 2 churches or cathedrals right on the plaza, totally flat, no cobblestone. My taxi driver said that you could rent a house for 3,000 pesos a month. That's $150 a month. I'll be coming up with more research over the weekend, and I will put it in my video. Walking the plaza was beautiful, with restaurants and shops all around the plaza. The people were extremely friendly, and the place was very clean. Oh, and this place it's not a huge city, but it's big enough just to have all the things you might want. They had a Walmart, they had big grocery stores, they did have fast food, and for you haters that are going to say, oh, you're in Mexico, why would you want a Walmart? Why would you want a McDonald's? Why would you want a Kentucky Fried Chicken? Why would you want a Subway? I'm not saying I go to those places. I'm not saying you would want them. I'm just saying they were there. I don't think they had a Costco though. And the more I walked around, I started walking around the side streets, and I was excited. Everywhere I walked, there were more restaurants, guitar shops. It was flat. It was very clean. And this is Uruapan. So I'm walking around, and of course I go by this taco shop, and this was pretty cool. And let's see, is this it? Yeah. There we go. This lady right here. Yeah, we're gonna talk to her, and there she is. She said, "Come on over here, come on," and she was getting ready to give me a free taco. And they have all kinds of historical places, museums, but here she goes. She's going to make a taco from scratch, and then she's going to give me a free taco. Here she goes. She's going to make a taco. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Talk to me, girl. Make a taco for us. There you go. There you go. Look at that. That's what you call a fresh taco. And that taco right there with the meat in it, she's going to give me that for free so that she can get me to go in and buy a meal for like $2.50. So she's going to make another taco now. You go, girl. I think she was flirting with me. I don't know. But it was, and then on the plaza, they had and this is on a Wednesday. This is at about 11 o'clock in the morning. But they had, for you vegans out there, all kinds of Mexican fruits and vegetables. And this city, this is the avocado capital of Mexico. This is the avocado capital. They say that 99% of avocados come out of this city right here. Look at the food. There you go. There you go. You go down there and find some nice food. They have all kinds of music. Look at this food right here. Oh yeah. I don't want to be a big that's chicken and ribs. Chicken and pork ribs. Who wants to be a vegan when you got that laying around? And in the last couple of weeks, we have talked about Bosco de Quiroga. Bosco de Quiroga, who hit Mexico. I'm going to turn that off. Bosco de Quiroga, which is a city we did a video on just a couple of weeks ago. And he was Spanish. He was a priest, an attorney, as well as a judge. He hit the scene in Mexico in about 1532, 1534. And he went around Mexico finding town specialties like the copper town, the silver town, this town, that town. And they named a city after them, which is called Quiroga. Bosco de Quiroga, and this is the center of the commercial center named after him. And they have statues of him all over Mexico. This was a fantastic trip. Also, they have this museum right here. And it's the Indigenous Museum. I'm going to turn this off. Okay, now this is right off of the square. Right off of the square. This is the museum. This museum is called the Huatapero Museum, that is the Museum of the Indigenous People. And this is what it looks right off the main square. There you go, right there. There you go. Instituto Nacional, and you go in there, and all those little doors, you see those little doors, each door you go into is a different collection of artifacts. And it's free. It was totally free. And the gentleman was very helpful. But check this out. This is where you put your stuff, okay? I'd leave my bag there. There you go. Don Bosco de Quiroga. There you go. There's my bag. It's almost like it's right out on the street. But this place is free. And you do sign in. So I sign in. Now you guys would want to see this, right? What happened? There we go. Yeah, you sign in, leave your name, how many people are coming in, and where you're from. Yeah, Maria, Hugo, Antonio. And there, look, there's Bill, Dallas, Lewis. Where is he from? You got to tell him where you're from. I put down Columbus, Ohio. I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. But then you go into these various rooms, and it's just indigenous artifacts. I'm going to edit this and just show these real fast. This video will come out probably Monday of this week, and for free. This was a really nice museum. Also, then I go back outside. I do go into, there are two churches, another cathedral, the Spanish putting up these cathedrals like mad, after they tortured the people and took their land and, killed their families and everything. Then they come in and put in these nice cathedrals. Okay. But the square, I could live here. In my video, I'm going to say that I could live in this city. It was just modern enough and just located near bigger cities, smaller cities. And over the last few weeks, I have been introducing this place, Farmacias Similares. Lo mismo pero más barato. That means, and it's a drugstore. Lo mismo pero más barato. That means the same but cheap, but more cheap. And you find these all. This is a chain. This is like a 7-Eleven for cheap drugs. That's funny. That's really hilarious. Then, of course, they have a lovely little fountain on the square. And the square is like 2 blocks. Just very, very peaceful. And I didn't go into this hotel. I would say it's worth a 3-night visit to this place. This place is called the Hotel Plaza. It's right on the plaza, and a main attraction of this city is the Parque Nacional, and that's the National Botanical Park, and it is huge. There was a policeman on the plaza, and I said, "Hey, can I walk to the national park from here?" And he said, "Sure, just go down to this corner and take a left." Oh, the women in this town were drop dead beautiful. And that changes from city to city. I don't look at the guys because they don't really interest me, but the women, even though those women over there don't look all that good, okay, but the women were like hot to trot. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you that, if you're a white boy, if you're halfway good looking, Mexican women love white men. I'm just saying. So they say, just walk straight ahead. So I'm going to walk straight ahead. And those trees you see down, it's about 1.5 kilometers away, but it's just filled with shops and art galleries and places to eat. It was a beautiful walk. I ran into this place. This guy was selling Christmas trees and ornaments, and it was a very, I could live here. Now check this out. This is a blow up nativity scene. I've never seen that. A blow up nativity scene. Yeah, but you never know in Mexico. Look at the beautiful artificial trees so that we can save the environment. And the little dolls. I almost bought him to be Holly's friend. And I did find this little hotel, Paseo Real Hotel Boutique, right down the street from the park. It looked like a nice place. Right down the street from the park. We're getting to the park in a second. But here's their sign. They have musica there They have live musics Friday and Saturdays, and they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's desayuno, comida, y cena. Look like a nice place. So I just keep walking, and finally I get to the park. Now, I'm going to turn that off, and I'm going to turn this back on again. And this is right in front of an OXXO. And in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, you're going to see a young woman, and she's pregnant, and she's opening the door at OXXO. And so she opens the door for you, and then maybe you give her like 5-10 pesos, something like that. And she's holding a little baby, and she's pregnant. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. I'm going to show that again. Here she is. She looks like she's like 16. She's pregnant, got a little baby. And so I did give her some change, but I almost said, no more sex. No more sex, girl. Just stop that. This is the front entrance of this park. Now, this park is fabulous. And I took the drone with me, but the park is so thick with trees, is tall, super tall trees, is beautiful. And and waterfalls, trees and waterfalls. And you do have to pay to get in here. I had my senior citizen discount card. So I paid like $1 to get in. I guess for other people, it's like $2 to get in. And they have these, look at how, I couldn't put my drone up because it's just totally thick. It is thick with trees and waterfalls. And they say you can walk through here for like 8 hours just looking at stuff. Fabulous place. Again, this is about a kilometer and a half from the main plaza. It was unbelievable. If you're a nature lover, pack pack a lunch, grab some beverages. I don't think you're allowed to have alcoholic beverages in there, but you can walk through there for 2 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours, seeing the waterfalls. And again, let me share with you the location of that place. Here we go. Right here. Uruapan. That is a 1 hour and 50-minute bus ride direct from Morelia, right? And the bus drops you off. I'm going to say about a 5-minute drive from El Centro. And the taxi ride was like $3, 60 pesos, about an 8-minute drive. It was beautiful. And the whole time I was there, I was very happy to be there. Another joy of living in Mexico. I will be putting up that video this week. And all of these lovely side streets like this. Just fabulous. People of all ages, lots of food, very affordable. I bet you could get a great apartment there. Yep. There you go. So that was my trip this Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. It was wonderful. It was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful experience. I could definitely live in Uruapan. I could definitely live in Uruapan. All right. All right, everybody, let's go back and see what's going on in the chat box. Oh, Tooth Fairy, Dora Ray. I'm moving for sure. Come on down, Dora Ray. Don't wait. I have to go there. Mary Jane. It was, I would say I would get there for one night. The first night I'm there, look around a little bit. I would need one full day to walk in the park, another day to just walk around town, and then another day to chill out. So I'm thinking 4 nights. Get there, chill out, eat some food, go to the park, walk around town. I'm thinking 4-night minimum then they have a bunch of waterfalls that are near the town, like within 5 miles. You get a taxi and go to these different. So if you're a nature freak, this place was fabulous. Pedro, what do you think about Puebla? I haven't been there, but I will go. And once I go, I will do a video. Billy, Mexican men love black women. They love me. Ha ha ha. A mean 29-year-old invite me out. I am a much older woman. No trouble with the men. They see me from their cars and they stare at me. That's cause you so good looking, Tooth Fairy. That's why I don't ask you out to breakfast. I might fall in love or something. I heard you're hot. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, girl. Big time adventures. What is the big lakes north of Morelia? How are they? North of Morelia. I know to the east of Morelia, there's Lake Pátzcuaro. We've done videos on that. But let me check big time. Let me check into that. And we have Char Williams contributing to the channel. Char Williams, thank you so much for helping us pay our gas bill, our electric bill, pay our rent, travel. And I'm trying to get out on the road. I'm trying to get, with your contributions, I can get the bus, go out and get some tacos. I can buy, I'm supporting Holly's Modelo habit. You can see, maybe you haven't seen, she been sipping on that last Modelo over there. I'm gonna put her in a cage, man. No, I'm sick of that girl dipping into my Modelo. She ain't got no job. All she does is do her fentanyl, do her tricks at nighttime. I don't know. But anyway, thank you, Char Williams, so much. Oh, that's so sweet. That message is so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. Kimberly, I just love waterfalls. You would love Uruapan. Uruapan, you would love it. I would say it is definitely worth a 4-night stay for sure. And you might fall in love with it. High vibe. Hello, new sub. Is there a rainy season in Morelia? First of all, high vibe. Let me say welcome to our Saturday presentation. I'm Bill the Geek, and this is the joys of living in Mexico. Welcome. You're in here with a group of loving, sharing people, and we're happy to see your good-looking self here. Ha ha. Is there a rainy, and me and Michelle that we had breakfast yesterday, and she asked me the same thing. I think she did. But I've been here since July. Okay. Okay. I'm having memories right now. I'm having a memory problem. I got here July 2nd of this year, and it did not rain July, August, September. Okay. I'm going to say it started raining almost daily in September, the end of September, but it would usually rain at nighttime. Maybe for a couple hours you're in bed and it would rain. I walk 7 kilometers 5 days out of the week. It only rained in the morning, like for 2 days, for 2 months. Okay, so the end of September, this is November. Okay, so you have October and November. I'm going to say for October and November, it rained for about a couple of hours almost every day, but it wasn't significant. And then 1 week, it rained almost every day, all day for 1 week. So for about 2 months, there is some rain, but it's never overwhelming. And then, okay, this is the end of November. The rain stopped about the beginning of November, and now the sun is out every day. The sun is out every day. Right now, I'm looking at blue sky. Right now, the temperature is probably about 67 degrees. I love Morelia. I hope that answers the question. Holly always enjoys herself. It's like the Rick James song, what he said, party all the time, do. Okay, now let's see what's going on now. Ken Art, the main man. Happy to see you. We haven't seen you in many weeks. Where's this Tooth Fairy chica? Tooth Fairy is in the house. I don't think she lives that far from me, but she lives in Morelia. Also, Ken Art, if I have a favor to ask of you, I have a favor to ask of Ken Art. You told us one time that you don't do day trading, you do some type of weird trading, and I don't have your email, but Michelle is moving to Morelia. She's in the house right now. She's getting into day trading, and she says she's not in it for the money. She just wants to learn about it. But Ken Art, I'm going to ask you a favor, please. Ken Art, I'm going to ask you to please email me at bill.dallas.lewis10@gmail.com if you would be open to that, so I can share your email with Michelle. And we had breakfast yesterday. She's a professional. She's a retired professional, brilliant woman, adult, and maybe you could give her some tips or something. I don't know, but if you would, please email at bill.dallas.lewis10@gmail.com so that we can help her get along with her day trading. Okay, and Ken Art, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Thank and God bless you. Tooth Fairy, Olachar, you know I have so much to share with you. Tooth Fairy and Michelle. Michelle wants to meet you, Tooth Fairy. And Michelle, let me tell you that I asked Tooth Fairy this morning if I could give you her email, and I'm going to be sending Tooth Fairy. Now, I'm going to be hooking you all up because that's just what we do. Pedro, thank you, my main man, for contributing to the channel. That helps Holly with her fentanyl habit. I might even go out and buy another 12-pack of Modelo Especial. Thank you so much, Pedro, for contributing to the channel. Hi, Bob. I'm looking for some place in Mexico that is not overly populated with Americans and other immigrants. High vibe. High vibe. Hey, you just subscribed. And for those of you, you've heard this, but everybody in this room knows where I've lived. Puerto Vallarta, big tourist town. Guadalajara, I was in Guadalajara for like 3 years. I only saw 3 Americans in Guadalajara in 3 years, which was cool. But Guadalajara is too much like LA for me. It's too spread. It's big. They got like 5 million people all spread out. Too many people. It was okay. I wouldn't want to live there again. Ajijic, Chapala. Too many Americans, Canadians. No. Mazatlan. Too many Canadians, Americans. No. Morelia is cool. I walk around in the streets every day. I never see any Canadians. I never see any Americans. Morelia is my pick. Tooth fairies in the house. She loves Morelia. Oh, Michelle, who I had breakfast with yesterday, she's African-American. She loves Morelia. No Americans, no Canadians, unless you want to join their groups and go out and hang out with them. For me, the population in Morelia is 1 million people, but a Mexican taxi driver told me, he told me Morelia is more, even though it has 1 million people, it's more like a town than a city. And they have more than 10 colleges here. It's awesome. I love Morelia. Another place you might want to check out, I put up a video on this town about a month ago. It's called Pátzcuaro. And I love me some Pátzcuaro. And let me see if we got a map. It is not far from Morelia. Oh, let's see here. Not there. Here. Pátzcuaro. I'm going to say it's like an hour and a half from Morelia. I think that town is awesome. I'm going to say population, maybe 60 to 80,000 people. Fabulous, beautiful place. No expats, beautiful, extremely affordable, and nobody's ever heard of it. So I'm just Bill Geek. People ask me questions. I try to tell them stuff and help them out. Okay, now. Oh, cool beans. Okay, hold on a second. Okay. Oh, okay, there you go. High vibe. Char Williams. Tooth. Hola, Tooth Fairy. I can't wait to hear. Yeah, okay. Keep a close eye on her. Don't let her get near the hard stuff. Luke Rogers. Hi, just donated a little money through your PayPal link because, you are very right. Thank you. What are the best natural areas in the Morelia area? First of all, thank you so much for donating to the channel to support the channel. And yes, YouTube does take a cut. The beauty of Morelia is you're surrounded by nature all over. I'm going to say within a 200-mile radius, it's all waterfalls and mountains, and I mean, you can come here and you can just be around nature. You can disappear into nature. Unlike Mazatlan or Puerto Vallarta, they have some nature, but in Michoacan, this is the state of Michoacan, it is rich with nature. Okay, Michelle, please take note. Got you, Bill. I'm going to go ahead and take a screenshot of this. There we go. Okay, Kevin Bacon. He also makes movies. All them Kevin Bacon. You see that that's Kevin Bacon right there, making them movies, showing up, donating to the channel. And Michelle, please take note of Kevin Bacon's email address right there. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm an open book. I share freely. There you go. My man Ken Art, he make billions of dollars. He make more money doing that. It's not day trading. He explained to us but it's online stuff. But he makes more money than Elon Musk. Elon Musk, when he sees Ken Art, he get down on his knees and says, "Oh, you the man," like that. Luke Rogers, hi vibe. Check out Zalakba, Mexico also. There you go. Yeah, hi, Buckeye Bill from your fellow Buckeye. Go Bucks. That game's got to be getting on about right now. Luke Rogers. Yeah, check that out. Yes. Thanks, Luke. See, we all, I don't know everything. I just been down here for a little while. Grandma Peaches. Hi, Bill. Found out that I qualify for residency via the RNE visa regularization program, but don't know where to live. I don't speak Spanish yet. I am on a retired budget. Would Morelia work? I think Morelia would work. Okay. Okay. I had breakfast with Michelle yesterday. Her Spanish is limited. Or non-existent almost. She just signed a 1-year lease to move to Morelia. She hooked up with Rosie. Rosie is, she's a Mexican, lived in Dallas for 17 years, totally bilingual. Rosie can help you find a place. As far as speaking Spanish, I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, you can learn as you go. All you have to do is know how to get to the grocery store, know how to walk around, know how to count pesos. What is 100 pesos? What is 200 pesos? Where to go to get your milk and your bread. I mean, and then you can meet, you might meet Tooth Fairy. You might meet Michelle. You might meet me. They have expat groups here. I don't join groups. I just go around Mexico making YouTube videos. That's what I do. I leave people alone because I'm not a groupie. I'm Bill the Geek. But I wouldn't worry about it. I just take the plunge. Come on down. Don't worry about it. Now, and I can't speak for you. Maybe it would be too much. Maybe it would be too much. Some people need a lot of other people. But let me say this. For Thanksgiving, I was here in the crib editing video because I'd been all those video clips you saw today. I came back. I had 140 video clips from Uruapan. 104. I had to name them all, sort them, uploaded them to the server so you guys could see them. That's what I did for Thanksgiving. And then I made some chicken thighs, some barbecued chicken thighs, and I made some garlic bread. And that was cool for me for Thanksgiving. I was good with that. I remember when I was working at the grocery store in high school, and for Thanksgiving, we would have a bunch of relatives come to the house on Thanksgiving Day, and my grocery store would have me booked to work 8 hours that day. I would be so happy. One, because I got triple time. Back then, this is like 40 years ago, I was making $5 an hour. I get triple time, get out of the house away from the relatives. I didn't want to be in a house with like 30 relatives for the whole day Thanksgiving. But so if you need to be around Americans all the time, don't come down. But if you can come down and explore, and just enjoy yourself. Give it a shot. You can always go back. Okay, high vibe. Try Puebla. I've been here for 6 weeks. Very few expats. Ran into one Canadian since I have been here. I have another member of our community. He wrote down a list of places I should go, and Puebla is super high on the list. Pedro, thank you very much. Kimberly, do they have a lot of festivals, celebrations in Morelia? Is it family oriented? Yeah, Morelia is super duper family oriented. And my neighbor that lives right outside of this door, we have 8 apartments in this building. 4 of the apartments are rented by these super hot Mexican women. They all have jobs and nice cars. But the one that lives the door right over here, her name is Monsi. Monsi lives right over there. And I was leaving here, it was like 3 Saturdays ago. And she says, I'm going to the festival. Do you want to go? And I couldn't go because I had just come out of doing this Saturday festival that we do. And she says, well, yeah. Well, you can't go today. You want to go tomorrow? And she says, yeah, well, because they have festivals in Morelia. They have festivals every week. Yeah, man. Festivals, family oriented. This is the place, man. This is the place. Yeah, high vibe. And I tell you what, high vibe, I don't know a lot, but all these people like here we got Marco, whose family is from Morelia. He lives in Chicago, and he gave me a list of like 20 cities to go visit, to check out, because this is his hometown, though he lives in Chicago. We got people in the room. We got people in the room that will share information with you that I don't know. These people help me out. This is your show. I'm Bill the Geek. I'm just the facilitator. Me and Holly here, we don't know all that much. We don't hardly know anything, but the people in this room, they will get you through the day. Now, I didn't know. Grandma Peaches, there are a lot of English language students and even foreign language schools in Morelia. It's a university town. Thank you, Marco. And also, Morelia is the capital of the state of Michoacan. Thank you, Marco, so much. Hi, Grandma Peaches. I'm working on my Spanish, and I wouldn't worry about your Spanish. I bet that Tooth Fairy doesn't know any Spanish. I bet she can say hola. I bet she can say leche. I wouldn't worry about it. You'll learn all the Spanish you need when you get here. And Tooth Fairy, who's African American, she says the Mexican men love some brown sugar. I don't know. Okay, now. Okay, Buck, I'm a digital nomad and passport bro. I swing trade stocks, cryptos, and foreign exchange. I also mine Bitcoin and sell collectibles. My green eyes and my profile pics means I own Ethereum, a type of crypto. Okay, cool. Right on, crypto, Kimberly. Okay. Wow, boy, man. Well, okay, you guys, wow, we got 70 people. We got 70 people in the house. We got 50 likes. People have clicked that like button 50 times. People have been contributing to help me pay for my rent and electricity and gas. Thank you all so much. And the Buckeyes are playing the team up north right now. And so I think I'm getting ready to to hit the road, everybody. I'm going to put up a video. I'm going to put up a video part 2. I'm going to put up part 2 of the video for Paracho, which is Guitar Town. And this video, which will go up towards the end of next week, it'll be all about guitar shops, the making the guitars. We'll talk to some guitar shop owners. And Paracho, I'll be putting up the video for Uruapan this week. And some people have been asking about Katie Ibarra, who's a realtor in the Chapala, Ajijic, Hocotepec area. She contacted me. She wants to do a video. We're going to do an interview with her this upcoming Wednesday. And of course, it's almost the holiday season, which is Christmas time. So we'll be getting more Christmassy as our weeks approach the big day coming up on December 25th. All right. Okay. Now, Hi Vibe, where can we learn Forex without getting scammed? Okay, I don't know. I don't even know what Forex is. Ooh. I use free Duolingo app to learn Spanish every day. Hey, Brian Maiden, thank you so much. Brian, Pretty Boy Maiden, thank you so much, Brian. As always, Jamie, thank you very much, Jamie. Happy Thanksgiving to you. And Linda Jordan, really have been enjoying your program. Linda, thank you very much. And thank you, each and everybody, for helping me field all of these questions. We got these newbies in the house. They want to know stuff. Thank you, everyone, for chipping in. Look who's here. Temple Moore is in the house. Take care to you, too. Take care to you, Temple Moore. I'm getting ready to sign out. I love you all. Thank you so much. This has been a great Thanksgiving post, the end of Thanksgiving. I want to thank everyone. I'm getting ready to get out of here. Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. We make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. If you're not a subscriber, click that subscribe button. We get together every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. I try to take a trip and visit a new place every week and to bring those places to you. But before I put up the video, I like to share with our group of family on Saturday where I have been. So when you come on Saturday, you get a preview of what videos are soon to come. So love you guys very much. Getting ready to get out of here. So I'm just going to say adios, and I'm going to say hasta luego, and I'm going to say que te vaya bien. Have a very happy sábado y domingo. Bye. Love you all.